Now, for me, it's probably better if I keep quiet. But for your sake, I'm going to speak, or whoever can hear this video. When I was in my 30s, and I actually met some people that, you know, were advocating homelessness in a way, and following Jesus Christ. You know, foxes have holes, birds there have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. And the thing is that was the only way you were going to escape the prison they're building, was to become homeless. And the persecution that I experienced at that time was amazing. In the Psalms, David speaks about, I kept my mouth shut even from what is good. There were no reproofs in my mouth because of the pressure of the enemy. And that's how it was every night, hunted down, you know. And this goes deep because I have family also that are against me, that have power in this world. So I found it very difficult to escape the system, you know. It's very difficult to escape a system that we've all become dependent upon for our food, for our shelter, for our existence. And I'm finding it once again the same scenario. And this time the prison is in cyberspace. Because every time you use the computer for anything, and you almost have to use it for anything these days, everything is connected. All your information is connected. You're already in prison. We're already in prison. All of us are in prison already. As long as you conform to this system, they're not going to bother you because they want you to think you're not in prison. They want you to continue on thinking that you have freedom. But they have access to all the back doors of the computers. I read an article, or I looked at an article a couple months ago. It says Israel has complete access to every key you punch on your computer. So if they want to, they can follow a certain person wherever they go. They can know exactly where they are and what they're up to. And they can thwart their plans of escape. You know. That's why when the beast system comes into being, Jesus says, flee from there. Flee into the wilderness, into the mountains. Flee. Because they will kill you if you do not conform and bow down to the beast system. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is not to give you a doomsday scenario. The reason why I'm telling you this is so that you're aware. You know what you're dealing with. So that you can be prepared. You can prepare yourself wherever you are. Even though I can't, it seems. Let me give you a little example. Traveling in a van gets very, very tiring, you know. Plus expensive. There's gasoline you have to pay, repairs, and you have no rest for your soul. Because everywhere you go, you are illegal there, basically. Same thing when I went in my 30s and I sold everything I had, distributed to the poor, and had sleeping bag and Bible and took off. You don't have any privacy. There's no private property. Everywhere you go, you are illegal in this world. Now, Jesus and his disciples, they were not illegal. They could sleep in the Garden of Gethsemane or, wherever they were. It wasn't the same world that we have today where every square inch is taken. And you have to answer for it. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? And so I just want you to be prepared for that time, because when people are not prepared, they're going to cave in. I want you to be strong. And when you see that abomination of desolation standing in the holy place, let him that reads understand. Then you flee into the mountains. Let him that readeth understand. I want you to understand this, because I want you to escape all the things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. And I mean stand, not fall. And that's why I'm telling you these things. What else can I tell you? Hold on here. I'm trying to... dealing with this thing. Yeah, we're so dependent upon this world. The animals, you see, they're not dependent on this world, but they flock to near where people are because there's an abundance of food. There's a great scarcity of food in the wilderness. That's why every nut you see off a tree, every pine nut in the pine forest, the squirrels get it before anyone else can. There's not much food out there, you see. There's a lack of love amongst people. Strangers won't take you in, hardly talk to you. They won't trust you. The love of the many has grown cold. People themselves have also become defiled because they have no belief in God. So they have no morals, they have no decency, they have no courtesy or respect for others. Many have joined into the secret societies, so they become advancers of this global tyranny, New World Order. So wherever you go, you're being watched by them. They don't want you to escape. They didn't escape, so why should you? They try to weaken you. They want to weaken you. That's what their plan is. You remember that movie where there's a witch there and she says, these things must be done very delicately. They want you to compromise your faith, man. That's what they want. They don't want to just kill you right out. You read of some of the experience of the apostles and all the time they rotted in some stinking prison. Again, I say these things not to discourage you, but for you to be a little bit of aware of what's coming. I don't wish these things on you. I don't wish these things on me. I don't wish these things on anyone. But God is going to bless those that are faithful to Him. And it does say that there's a place prepared in the wilderness where she will feed 1,260 days. But if you lose your faith in God, you don't receive those gifts of God. And it was given power unto the beasts that she should overcome the saints. Jesus says, some of you they shall put to death, you know. Yeah, so the faith is the answer, you know. The faith is the strength. The faith is our refuge. Our faith. And God will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear, but He will make a way out for it. Out for you. And when you see that way out, you have to take it. See, my problem is sometimes I didn't see the way out. And I thought, oh, I'm fine, because God was with me, protecting me. And then all of a sudden I think, wow, that was the way out that God was giving to me. And I was a little bit too self-confident, you know. There was a place that I was going to live, and see, this is what I'm speaking about, how they're on me. And then all of a sudden there was a false report that I was out there waving a gun around. Can you believe that? I don't have guns. But every time it's like these false stories are invented up because they're on my tail, you see, like they want to make it so that there's no way out for me. You know? But I'm not worried, you know. I'm not worried. I just take a day at a time. You know, when they're trying to hit your legs with sticks, you know, trying to whack your legs with sticks, you gotta dance sometimes. It can be exhausting. There's a verse in Daniel that says, and he will constantly harass the saints of the Most High. And the dragon gives the beast its power and authority. How can the devil, invisible devil, give the beast such great authority and power? It's by deception. He has no power at all. We know it's like that Wizard of Oz thing, where the great Oz, you know, and the curtain's pulled away, and there's just this little man there. With the great deception, he rules. He rules by deception. Because people are deceived, he has power. If people were not deceived, he would have no power at all. If people were loving, if people were full of faith, the devil would have he would have to flee. But because of the great deception, it's a power that is unearned, that is not legitimate. It's a power that runs by lies. And the lies lead to murder of innocence. That's how it works. And without faith, it is impossible to please Him. See, you read about all the prophets in the Old Testament. The book of Hebrews speaks of that. All the sufferings they had to go in. Because they were looking for a city, not here on the earth. They were looking for the beautiful city, man, full of truth and love and light. That's what we carry. That's what true Christians carry around in our hearts and in our minds. Those that don't know God call themselves Christians and don't have that. They're imposters. They're fakes. They're ones that were invented by a man for show. Look at how many Christians I made. Yeah, but that's different. The true Christians love God not because of force or brainwashing or anything of the kind. True Christians are motivated from within to do God's will because they know Him and they know the greatness of His, the brightness of His coming. It's been revealed to them. through the Spirit. No man is forcing them or has any motivation for them.